What else are we over for 2024? Welcome to part 3. Shout out to all my butthole breathers. How are we doing? I have a question for you. Are you a procrastinator? Or are you getting shit done? Like when you need to get it done? I used to work so far ahead and got such a high working so far ahead, checking things off the list. I don't know, but sometimes these days I am so sorry to my podcast manager right now because this is the last hour before it needs to be done. And I'm just sending it in and doing it at the last minute. But sometimes as I built this business and have a second business, all this stuff, I kind of thrive a little bit on the procrastination. Sometimes when you're under pressure, it's when it goes the best. But I know that's not always great for my anxiety and my cortisol and my adrenals. That's not good. But here we are. Some things, I was traveling for some consults for clients and just time got away from me. I couldn't create enough time in the day where I felt like I would be here delivering an amazing podcast for you. Well, I'm excited because here we are. It's in the morning. I had my protein, drinking a cup of coffee. So this is going to be good. If you haven't listened to episodes 40 and 41, things that we are over in 2024, part 1 and part 2, go back, catch on up, and join us. This is part 3, and also where I'll tell you about part 3 of our Chile trip over Christmas. We went to Patagonia, which was incredible. And one of the things we're going to talk about today, happened in Patagonia. I had some really tight shoulders. We were walking, hiking a lot. As you can tell from the past, this is mostly an adventure trip. Of course, we had the relaxation at the winery, but we still did hiking, and it was wonderful. And I was doing my chin tucks because I had the top of the shoulder blade pain. And I was like, okay, husband, can you please rub right here? And I mean, 20 seconds in, he had to switch hands because he was like, oh, this is exhausting. How do you do your job? You do build a tolerance, like anything. But I just thought that was so funny. It's yeah, thank you. I had one of my professional athletes was like, Audra, I don't understand how you do your job because it's exhausting and you work on professional athletes all day and celebrities and it's intense. And I'm like, well, I'm here for it. This is what I wanted. And I love it. And I thrive on it. And I thrive on helping everyone. Like I say, do you ever dream about if you would win the lottery, what you would do? I don't play, so it's so funny that I'm dreaming about it. But one of the couple things, let's talk about the first 2 things. One, I still think I would work because I love my job and I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But it would just be I'd be able to be super picky of do I want to work today or not? That's one of the reasons I started this podcast. I want to help so many people because there's only so many hours in the day, so many people I can see, so many people I can talk to. But a podcast like this, all my online stuff with my training room, my workshops, my webinars, I know I can help you. And especially if you connect with me. I know some people won't connect with me. That's cool. We're not supposed to be connecting to everyone. But if I won the lottery, I would do so much more charity work because I wouldn't have the hours working. Like this, because I mean, this podcast I'm paying for, I'm not making any money for it. This is volunteering almost. And same with the my training room stuff. There is so much overhead to doing all that stuff. Anyone you see online, it's, the website people, the fees, everything. This is more to help you out. But back to if we won the lottery, I would do so much more of that. And I'd volunteer all around: dogs, cats, kids, cancer, old people. I was a candy striper in high school on the geriatric floor. And I just love it. I love it so much. And I seriously think our dog Hayward, he's a South African Mastiff. We think he's around 160 pounds, is a therapy dog. He went to the office with me and to work, and some of my patients request him. And when I'm working on someone and I'm in a tender spot, he'll come up and whine or kind of bat a paw at me. And if I'm getting a massage or getting work done, he'll go over. He protects his mom. And he's bats at them with his paw, and his paw's as big as my hand. And he's like, that hurts my mom. Like, that's a tender spot. But he's just, and like when I'm super anxious, he'll come over and just put his head on me. I mean, he has a gift, and he is basically was meant to be my dog and work in the same field as I work. So we'd be doing so many things. Second fun part, I want to know, like, drop in your comments. If you're watching on YouTube, just drop and talk as we're talking, because that's so fun when I get to read those and I know exactly where you are in the podcast. And like, you're learning, taking it all in and having some fun, relaxing, because when you're laughing, talking, relaxing, you're having some fun, and your nervous system likes that. So I would hire a driver. I hate driving. I hate it. I hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. It's so funny. It's just one of those things. It's like, it's not fun for me. Now, I do like to go fast, but like, I don't need to do that all the time. So those are my things. I want to hear, what are your first two things, or like a couple of your things you would do if you won the lottery that you dream about? Speaking of that, dreaming, I love that. We're into that in 2024. Dreaming what you want, how you want to feel. And speaking of how you want to feel, we are over chronic pain. I mean, just deal with it and live with it. No, thank you. I'll pass. There is just so much more that you need to figure out. And this is hormones, diet, nervous system. Like, what's your exercise routine? How are you helping yourself? Mindset. There are so many things that you need to address that will help with chronic pain. It isn't, once again, the magic pill of, oh, if this hurts, take this anti-inflammatory. Those are great tools that we need for the appropriate situation. But just taking them to cover up something that your body's telling you is such a disservice to yourself. You're masking the issue instead of getting to the root cause and fixing it. And I know, like, if you've struggled with chronic pain forever, because I've seen so many patients have this, you kind of feel hopeless. You're out there and you're like, what? Like, is this possible to fix? And I can tell you, yes, but it's also, I like to keep it real with you. It's probably not going to be easy. And some days it's not going to be fun, because you are going to uncover some of these layers, and it's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it. And you're going to feel good, and you deserve to feel good, because feeling not good is not normal. It is not normal to not feel good. So we are over chronic pain. I need you to take the first step, whether that's download my free Breathe Out Attention series, find a doctor near you, schedule a virtual appointment with one of my docs, or join Elite Edge Club and have me on your team. Take a first step to commit to what you're going to do. Or maybe you're going to just do the 30-second reset every day of calming down your nervous system. And that is completely appropriate. And you're doing yourself. And then you got to celebrate that win. Because when you work hard and take a step to do something, you got to celebrate it, because that in itself produces endorphins. You know, it's the feel good, and you got to learn to feel good and be able to mentally handle it. Be mentally able to receive feeling good, instead of, oh, this isn't going to last long. So these are all things in your game plan that we work on together. And it doesn't have to, it's not only just one specialist or one doctor. Like, we might need a team, and everyone communicates. So this is why, one of the reasons, like, I was sitting there trying to think of like some things I've seen and what people need. What is the need out there right now? Well, how can I help you? And it was like, if you're constantly anxious, and you know that is just driving some of these other symptoms, such as brain fog, fatigue, pain, any of this chronic pain, and then even your pelvic floor symptoms. So bloating, back pain, hip flexor pain, pain with sex, jaw pain, headaches, foot pain, this all connects to your pelvic floor. And if you're wanting to address anything, we need to be looking at your pelvic floor. And this is one of the things, like I've said, it's so misdiagnosed. And so it's like an ever changing thing. Like we're learning so much more about it. And that's why, I mean, we got to kibosh these Kegels. That is not okay. Those do not work. We have learned, we've come farther than that. At one time, that's what we thought, but medicine has evolved and learned more. But okay, so you're constantly anxious, and this is setting off more fatigue, more pelvic floor symptoms, more brain fog. Like we need a chat. I've been there, and you're kind of like using everything in your tank to get out of bed in the morning and just like get through your day. And I kept telling people, like, I don't feel like myself. I don't feel like my happy go-getter self. And then I was like, why am I not as happy as I used to be? Like in that Audra, like that joyous, that person, like, where is she? Like, I know I can put the face on, but it's exhausting. And, you know, I've done all these things. I've worked so hard. I never dreamed I would have the opportunities and, you know, be able to help so many people. And like, how am I not enjoying that? How am I not? I am enjoying it, but like, I feel like I should be happier. Like when I take in some of these dream trips, this is how I was at the time. I'm like, I should be more in the moment. Like, what is going on? And then like I was working out and I thought, you know, doing the right things and eating healthy, and I was gaining weight. And I'm like, this is all wrong here. There's something going on. And you've probably been to 6 different doctors. And I mean, like me, either you were gaslit and they told you like it's in your head, anxiety and depression, or they run your labs, like just basic labs. And they're like, oh, well, you're right within range. Well, that doesn't give us the whole picture. And that's not all the tests I want. And even within range, like just because they say it, but is that what's optimal? I don't know. And it's usually the answer is no. So I would love to chat with you. DM me on Instagram, shoot me an email, and see if you're the right fit. Like if my new 6-week program that I'm combining forces with Dr. Jordan Wiggins, she's a hormone specialist. She's one of the people I use to help me get out of my crazy, like whatever I was in, like mystery illness. And she hormones. And then another thing that is really popular right now, and a topic that I'm hearing from a lot of my patients, is low libido. Is something wrong with me? And that I'm having her, like, she's expert on that topic as well. So we're incorporating that in all 6 weeks. And you're going to get me from the muscle, nerve, nervous system, like pelvic floor. You're going to get 2 renowned doctors. I mean, it's really insane and so exciting. We're going to have office hours where you like a group chat thing where you can ask us stuff. And then you're going to have 2 doctors coming to you live from your couch doing house calls every week for 6 weeks. There's no way you're not going to feel better and get some answers that you deserve. So feel free to message me or her, and we would love to chat with you to see like if this is a good fit for you. And I'll be honest, because if it's not a good fit for you, like let me guide you into something else. But time is ticking, and we extended the early bird discount, which is $500 off for another week, which is also our gift to you. But we're so excited to be combining forces, getting to the bottom of it. So it's called the Pelvic Floor Fix Tickle Me Pink Edition. How fun. And there's a bunch of bonuses. We'll provide the link in the bottom of these show notes. So chronic pain, we're going to get over it, right? We're not accepting it. The next thing, leaking. Like I just said, please let us help you. Please, instead of YouTubing, wasting your time, going to a bunch of different people, especially people telling you to do Kegels, let's give you some actionable tools. And then like each week, we're going to progress it. So we're going to start with the basics. You're going to get a little homework, 1 or 2 things, because I don't give you more than I would do. And then the next week, we're going to advance it. And then like, how do we apply it to your workouts? How do we apply it to your daily life to make it easy? Like if it's not easy, I'm probably like, actually I do a lot of hard things, but something like exercises to help me, like when I was going through my pelvic floor stuff, if it wasn't easy, I wasn't going to do it. Like I'm busy. And of course we're like, we put ourselves on the back burner, right? Because it's like, let's help everyone else before we help ourselves. I still struggle with that. But even right now, like go download the free Breathe Out Attention series. That's going to at least help you breathe, calm down your nervous system. And that right there, that piece of the puzzle sometimes is what switches it for people to stop leaking when they're doing some of the other amazing exercises for it. It is a huge component in chronic pain, breathing, and nervous system. And it sounds so boring, but it's actually addicting and like really enjoyable because you're like, I want to feel that calm and peace again. And once you get there, you crave it and you desire it and you try to do that 30-second reset every day. And the last thing we're over, I talked about earlier with the tight shoulders, headaches, that has a connection to your pelvic floor. That is something we're going to talk about in the pelvic floor fix, Tickle Me Pink Edition. But there is so much going on there. There's jaw, there's nervous system tension, and we can fix this easily. Like even right now, just put the tongue on the roof of your mouth. Close your lips, teeth apart. Inhale through your nose, out, exhale through your nose. So once again, lips together, teeth apart, tongue on the roof of your mouth, inhale and exhale through your nose. And you can just feel the tension in your cheeks melt. That right there is going to help you with your jaw pain, your neck pain, your tight shoulders. And guess what that else connects to? Your pelvic floor. You just gained stability right there. And when you have stability, you're able to develop more strength. Just these little things. These are like little things we're going to teach you in this. And I cannot wait. Like, I'm so excited. So once again, if you have any questions, if you just want to chat and be like, hey, which direction should I go? Like, please reach out at Dr. Audra Lance on Instagram. Shoot me an email, draudrelance@mytrainingroom.co. And like, I want to help you. I'm here to help. But I hope you have an awesome day and you've finished part 1, part 2, part 3 of all the things we were over in 2024. Let's do this. Let's have the best year yet. Toodaloo.